Oh, welcome back to Old Ridge. Today we start the big harvest. Now, before we really get into it, I will just say what I shall do. About half an hour episodes, but in between I'll do about the same again, if not a bit more off screen, because it's got to take quite a while. Which I try and do sort of half hour on, half hour off, so you will see the majority of it, and you certainly see the end of it and the selling. With that in mind, we will get on with it. Alright, first thing I've got to do today is sell the milk, because as you know, there is no Kylie or Paul, but Justin has volunteered to come in as he's well up on his work to do the BGA to save my wife having to do it. She has other things to do, and she can only do more anyway, and he said he can spend all day. He'd probably give him something to eat at some stage. So that's what we're going to do. First thing I'm going to do now is just do the milk run. As you see, the sun's coming up. It looks a lovely day. You may just notice too that I have now the animal water HUD on, which shows what the in-game animals are doing, so I can keep an eye on those a bit better. More scripts than ever coming onto this map. Trying to remember which one it is. I'm so used to using Q to load because there's R on there. This tank, I'm definitely going to get rid of that. I'm also looking at some of the other equipment. I'm going to have a clear of equipment we just don't use. It seems a bit stupid to have stuff there, which if necessary we could rent. I like the subsoil. I could rent that quite easily off Chad per day at a time when we come to sorting the meadows out. It seems a bit stupid to have one sitting in the yard costing us money doing absolutely nothing. Also I have got to change over my slurry system yet again. This has cost me a small fortune to get this right, but the problem being that the grass we're using, or will be using on the meadows and what we're planting on the home field, doesn't like the rough treatment it gets from the spreader I've got at the moment. So that has got to go, and I've got to use a dribble system similar to what BP, but the same system BP's using. That's the only one I will be able to get away with. So we've got to be able to afford that. Also my power harrow is seen better days. It's costing so much money now just to keep that going that it's just not worthwhile to struggle over that any longer. It's cost about £135 a day to keep that going. I could of course just sell and rent again, but I would rather my own. I was thinking the 6 metre, but I've got a feeling that all I'm going to be able to afford is another 3 metre. I'm just going to put this on to cruise and just let that cruise back. I hope I can get that in. Something like that. How about that, folks? Are you impressed? Because I am. That's my second bit of money in the last few hours. I took the eggs out and sold those late last night, and that was this. So it brings us down a bit. 7 o'clock. Justin said he'd be around 7, and he's bringing this new to him tractor, an old I think it's an old Massey. Seen better days, he said, but it's better than some of the stuff he's got. It's well used. I think I told you it was of a got that off from another farmer who had gone broke and getting out of business. And he managed to buy that before the auctioneers got in. Just having a quick check of what the time is. So if I keep going now for another, just under half an hour, we should be about right. I'm going to try and make these some bite-sized episodes. Alright, so that's our milk gone. This tank has got to go. I could actually go and sell it now, but shan't bother. I shall come and pick that up later. I think with what we could get from this, and we get the smaller tanker, it's almost cost neutral, and we'll have a new tank to boot. This was because we're second hand when they got it from Eastern Milk, who was taken over, well, went out of business, and the remains were taken over by Descartes. So let's see how things go today. Now so I've got a lot of harvesting to do today. Where's that wall? Oh, there. Might have gone a bit too far that way. I hope I can still get in there. Oh yes. Oh, we'll take this back. No, I'll have a ride round this way. Now what we're going to do on 19, once I've got it empty, first thing we're going to do is put the grass strips in to split it into two. Then I'm going to sow both sides with maize. And I'm going to try and get a quick turnaround on the maize, get a second crop out this year, to go into the BGA to fill this bunker up, which we should be emptying today. Good thinking, eh? Make the most of it. See, I got most of them mucked over. I've still got from the rear houses to go, but I will do that when we muck out next time, which will be as soon as we get a full crew back, I would have thought. Whenever that will be. I don't think we're going to see Kylie for a while. She is proper poorly. That's why I went to see him yesterday, and Paul is not too bad, but I already told him not to turn up, or else I shall take the shotgun to him. Let's see, we're getting more. No more eggs at the moment. I've got plenty of feed in there. Looks like everything looks fine there at the moment. Yeah, see, we are going to have a proper soil. Oh, one other thing that's good, which I've never used. I bought it, I've never used it. I did think about using it this year on some of the land, and that's a little yellow cultivator. We have never actually used it. I've always used a power harrow. Alright, let's get this in there. Hello, what we got in here? Oh, I guess who that is. Justin is here. So I'm just gonna find room to park this one. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, it certainly looks a bit battered and worn. But as he said, it's better than some of the stuff he's got now. It's a bit more powerful than most of his tractors. Only a two-wheel drive, but shouldn't make too much difference because you can't fit a weight on them, can you? That's got a front loader attachment now. Anyway, I'm gonna be taking the JCB, so I'm just gonna move that out of here. Got to pick the trailer up, so Might as well hook this up to the trailer now. Should imagine Justin's in the house and the wife is making him some breakfast. Because I should think the time he must have started this morning, especially he's done the milk run already. He quite often gets in there before they're properly open. I think they do have a few words with him about it, but it doesn't stop me. He likes to get on and get everything done. And because the next few weeks he will be a daddy. And it is actually getting that close. I just need that they've turned it off and now put the brake on. And let's get this put away. I like to keep the stuff in the proper place so I know where to find it. And then one other thing I will be changing, but I can't change at the moment, is the fertiliser tank. I will get the smaller tank for that. I can't see the sense in having that big tank. You might as well take the smaller 10,000 litre than the 25,000, I think it is. Right, what we got now is suspend disbelief, because I'm just going to need to jump in there. Just going to jump across and start justing off. Don't know if we can pick up the course there, but we'll find out. And I'm not certain. Hold on, I want to check something first. Because this course only works if it's on four-wheel steer. I don't know why, but it will not do the course if it's on front-wheel steer only. There we got the first load. Let's get rid of that. This bit here always messes up on front wheel steer. I think I must record it on four wheel steer, and that's where it's taking its wheel positions from. And he knows his way around this yard, so he's going to be, I won't say happy, but he's going to be busy now for the next 4 hours or so. Now what I'm expecting today, on this big day, is not to actually empty everything out as such, and well, not so much to empty everything out. I'm not expecting to make a vast amount of money, just enough to get rid of that overdraft there. We've still got the loan, and I'm hoping that we've got half a bunker of silage for the BGA fermenting at the moment. If we can get another bunker full in there, we should be able to pay off a fair amount of the loan. Oh, I should really have beacons on. Never see whether they're on or not. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's on. And I'm also thinking about the Volkswagen pickup. I might go back to a trailer. It seems a bit silly to have that sitting there, having to put diesel every so often. Oh, sorry, in this case, petrol in it every so often, and just for once a year. So I might just get a trailer, small trailer, to do that job. Hook it on the back of the steer, and we will pull this in here. I think should do it. We'll leave the engine. No, I better switch the engine off because I can't afford to waste juice at the moment. But before I go further with that, I just got to talk to the other guys to see if they're okay with everything. Check this unload, that's unfold, and it is indeed. I'm going to do about 3 headlands, and then I'm going to get the sat nav to work. Right, just wind it up. brake off, and away we go for a long job. But in a way it's lucky this is just ripe and not wheat or barley. Excuse me, let's just have a drink. I got a tickle. Many years ago I was talking about changing this, keep the head up, but changing the body from one with a bigger capacity, but I think we don't need to. This combine is doing us well. Let's just put this on to cruise. Actually, I think I want to just slow that down a little bit. That's better. We do have a food problem with the shapeless field. We will have some odd bits to tidy up. I'm not going to tidy them up as they go along, because when we get onto the up and down, what I could do, because it's not go all the way around the edge, do one lap around the edge and do both ends, about 3 or 4 runs, and then start the up and down. Now, well, let's carry on with the R. And it looks like Justin's doing a fine job. We're down to 300,000 in the bread. The beauty of this contract to get back to ripe is it's going to export, so we get an extra payment once it's been accepted at the port. Not when they load it on the ship, but as soon as the train gets in, they will wire an extra payment through to us. It's called export subsidy payment. As Britain is always trying to export as much as we can, anybody who's on the export market in any way can get extra payments. And that's what we are going for. The job I don't do very often, combine, and you can probably see why as time passes. I can't concentrate for long periods. But it's fairly relaxing. I did think we'd get Justin to do this, and I was emptying, but I need that BGA empty, especially when I've got a bit of maize in here. We'll quickly cultivate the field, but the Pahara fruit, with a bit of luck, a nice new one. Get the Pahara fruit, then we will put the grass in the centre and then start planting maize. Hopefully Paul will be back tomorrow or the next day. If I've got the organic wheat to harvest as well, and that's all we've got ready at the moment. But this is a make or break year. If we don't clear a large proportion of the loan, we could be in real trouble. We will have to seriously then think about selling equipment off and renting as much as we can. I'm going to cut myself down to what I consider the minimum to get away with. We need all the separate trailers we got now. I don't want the job of having to keep washing out trailer because it's head beat in it, and we're now going to put grain in, and even worse, muck in. Well, that muck trailer is donkey's years old. That was one father bought. It's one of the early Marshalls, and I bought later versions of the same. The latest one, of course, being the grain one. I'm not certain too if we might save a little bit of money by getting rid of the legal trailer which is on for animal feed and just put another marshal onto the job. We could get away with it by putting the beat one on there. Have to wash it out before we move beat, but that may be a suggestion or an idea. We are now on the point of having to make as many saves as we can. And the one thing that is going, the two little fruit warehouses are definitely going. Only one of which have I ever used properly, and I think that'd be a case if we, I think it was apples, if we get too many apples, we will just have to wait with them on the trailer until Darren can take more. This is a big field. We're still on the second side. On this end it's fun. We don't want to have to fill up the trailer on the first lap around here. There's a sheer drop. I'm toyed with the idea of shortening the field very slightly and putting in another 6 metre strip of grass along here. As you can see, it's sheer drop into the water. That's a bit I'm not looking forward to because it's a bit I've got to turn around if I'm going to do the most efficient way of cutting this. And this bit's going to be fun too with the maize. I might paint about a strip just along there. Get GPS on and just try and level this up. I put some hedges along there, but they won't take too well where I want to place them. And we've got all the work set out for this winter. I have got the finances to one side for what needs doing. But I'm not going to do everything I wanted. We're on our third side. This is the last side to be cut. I will start cutting from the other side when I get on the up and down. Mainly because this is such a mess this side that I'm liable to run into trees if I try and go by the satellite. Luckily this is new enough combine to have such gear on, but I wonder how we managed in the past though. With a little old Massey Harris we used to have. This thing has been an excellent buy. I'm glad I spent more and got the foldable header. I haven't got to mess about with header trailers and trying to move that header. Hello, we're getting full. Well, I'll wait until we're actually full. So luckily it's right, boss. We'd already had a tank. We would have had a tank full by now if it had been anything else. 83%. This is at what was laughably the Aldridge Forestry area. And there was some attempts to do forestry, especially during the war, which is when this was set up, and we needed the wood, because you didn't want to import anything you didn't have to. Not with the convoys being attacked left, right and centre, and merchant ships sunk. And by the war, I don't mean the second war, I mean the first war, where we were almost for one short period starved. We've been starved into submission until the convoy system came about. You wouldn't believe it, originally we were still sending merchant ships over in ones and twos unescorted, and it would thank you very much from the U-boats, and we're just about done a lap. I think I'll bring it up here and just... No, I might as well try and fill it. If I could keep my head up full, I'd be doing a lot better. Back her off a bit. Alright, let's get this pipe out. Check us going. Now I've got to go and run her back across to the JCB. This will keep me fit anyway. At least we're not too far away from it. I think we'll do one fill, one trailer fill, then we'll call it an episode. Oh yeah, so we fill the tank up one more time and we'll get this across to the... Oh, we've still got the sheet on. Take the sheet off. Now, back to the combine. Listen, there's one thing done on my own. I haven't got to worry about trying to keep up with the combine. There we go. Better run across the track again. Just put the brake on, thinking about it. Could be a bit embarrassing that it runs away, and I turn the engine off again. There's no need to waste diesel. Need the engine on for the combine to keep all the augers going. Right, we're done. Whoops. Go forward. I'm going to try and sell this tonight. Kylie's boyfriend did say that they have a shift on all night, so if I take it in overnight it'll be fine, but they need it in a hurry, and it's a special train. As soon as this is on, it's off. They must want this in a hurry. That's all I can say. Not even put it into a normal freight train. Oh, don't filling it up and it's missing bits. Now, I hate missing things. That thing. Oh, at least with the council things are going right. I already had my first communication. There's an answer phone message for me from a Ramblers Association or a local Ramblers group. Checking it was okay to walk across a couple of the commons, which of course it is. We can't stop, we wouldn't want to stop. If it's our own land, we're not quite so keen on it. But it isn't our land and we are getting benefit from it, even like it's costing us money, as BP quite often points out. It's fair enough they can do what the jolly one like within reason and within the law. There is one thing though, that since smoking has become such a frowned upon thing, that we're getting a few less field fires now. Mind we didn't help ourselves in the past, we used to set fire to the stubble. Always thought that was a stupid idea. We didn't do it on this farm. We have always ploughed stubble in. For the small amount of potash you gain in the soil, it wasn't worth the manpower to keep an eye on the field. And on a small farm, with a small staff, you could only really fire one at a time because you had to keep at least one man on, and really you wanted two on a decent sized field. But the amount of crop that went up and houses that went up in the past because the field fire got out of control, and it didn't do the poor blighters who lived nearby. If they suffered from asthma, it didn't do them a lot of good at all. I'm hoping I can get round someone in a tractor again, because I don't fancy a run all the way across this field. And it's too far to drive the combine backwards and forwards. These things are not cheap on diesel. We've come to the top end now. A bit what does frighten me, I don't mind admitting. We have had a combine go, well, not us because we only just bought this field, but the previous, or not the previous, but two farmers before who farmed this field, one of them had a combine go in. Another one was so close, it just managed to stop on the edge, and I think I went down there with whatever the tractor was we had at the time, as did another local farmer, and we managed to tie him up and back on the field, but he was close. But the one before, it went right down the combine because of the write-off. That was almost a tank of grain. Anybody who don't believe that farming is dangerous, believe me, it is. See bits there when we miss seeding. We've still got one day's herbicide in there. That's a point. I don't really want to put Amazing. If it's the wrong herbicide, well, if we overspray it with the correct herbicide, we should be fine. Because this isn't going to be organic, this field. We're just going to stick with the 4 organics, 11 north and 11 south, and 5 and 6. As we fill this one up, then we will go empty the trailer in the farm and call it the first episode. So that's the wooded area. Very popular in those cotton couples. Find the local game can you don't catch them, because the major uses that for some pheasant rearing. He keeps asking me on one of his shoots, and I keep declining. I don't like shooting, never have, and probably never will. And even worse, I don't like the pheasants. They eat too many of the crops. The last thing you want to do is have pheasants around if you're growing peas or beans. They will nip those off as soon as look at them. They're worse than pigeons. Oh, we're getting there. So I'm going to run all this onto the farm store. Then when we've got this field done, I will then have an hour or so, run that high speed down to the train, get that loaded up, get the train sent off, and Bob's your uncle. By then we should be showing black figures instead of red, because the numbers you see are not coloured. Oh, we're going to go past the tractor again. Normally, because if I was doing this properly, I'd have the pipe out now and have someone coming alongside me, but this isn't going for topmost efficiency. Because we miss a big bit there, which isn't going to help us when we get the GPS on the go. Off again, that'll do. Right, pipe out, run back, not too far. I shall be ready for my tea tonight after doing this, and depending on what time we get done, possibly a pint or two in the pub and go and see George again and see what he's got to say for himself. And I like Justin, it's getting on quite nicely. He's made about 50,000 so far. So we're in the right place here. Yes, he's alright. That's going well. As soon as that's empty, I'm going to switch this off for now and go and take the that load back. be almost a full trailer load bit. Full enough anyway. Right, we shut that down. Save diesel. Put the sheet on. And it swings around. Oh, hold on, I'm going to just take a quick screenshot. I thought I missed the perfect one, but there. Excuse me, I'm a bit choked up at the moment. That should do. Put that back up. And that. That's it. Get rid of that. And hop back in and get this underway. And whilst we're driving back, I will say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please leave a like. It helps me, it helps the channel, makes me feel appreciated. Basically, if you're not a subscriber and sort of stumbled upon this channel, consider subscribing. Always happy with new subscribers. And we're like a little happy family. If you comment enough, you may even find yourself in the game as a character. It's always got characters I need to find. Any comments, questions, suggestions, apart from give up and go and find a job, I won't take that one seriously, will be answered. I will read every comment. I will try and answer them. I can't promise to answer everything immediately. Sometimes they get lost in the system. We just get this tipping and I will do the final send off. I'm just going to gently back this back. That will do. And with that, it's me having saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.